Okay, you said call you crazy. You're crazy. But there's a reason why. Okay, first of all, your Ice Age theory, it's a really nice theory. But there's a problem with it. Ice ages start slow, they go slow, and they end slow. The last Ice Age was actually in the 1300s, in the Dark Ages, the time that was actually called the Little Ice Age, the time when beer was first invented. Now, I may be off on my time a little, but it was during the Dark Ages. And beer was invented then because they didn't have any wine, because all the grape harvests had failed. Now, about hurricanes and tornadoes being twice the size that they usually are, this is actually physically impossible. Earth's atmosphere can't actually support the wind speeds necessary for such an event to occur, not to mention the fact that we just don't have enough atmosphere for that to happen. On a planet maybe 3 times the size of Earth, you might get hurricanes that big, but as far as, you know, hurricanes twice the size of what we get monster hurricanes on Earth, but we're never, ever going to get anything that big. It just can't happen. We're not going to get big red spots like Jupiter does. Can't happen. Now, the galactic alignment, believe it or not, already happened. Now, from our perspective, yeah, the sun is going to line up with galactic center, but that's only from the perspective of Earth. It's not actually a galactic alignment. What's really going on is just an eclipse, nothing more. The sun is just happening to line up right with our view of galactic center. Like I said, we have already passed through the galactic band. 3 million years ago, it takes 33 million years to actually make the round trip. So, we're due in another 30 million years for that to happen. So, I don't see how this is going to happen in 2012. There's a lot of other theories about what's going to happen, and Nostradamus sounds like he was right about a lot of things, but the problem is his prophecies were so vague and so mixed up that you really can't know what he was talking about until after it happens. The Mayan long count calendar ends either December 21st or December 23rd, depending on which modern calendar you use, and then it starts again in the next Mayan cycle. It's just a long count. It's just their biggest time cycle. That's it. Now, I know a lot of people like to say that there's going to be this huge revelation. Maybe there is. That would be awesome. But I don't know. I'm just going to wake up on December 22nd and see what happens. I'm just the man in the black hat. I don't predict the future. I just comment on what is. So, I'm not going to say that there's going to be a huge amount of fire and brimstone raining from the sky. I'm not going to say that because I don't know. I'm not going to say that we're going to get massive floods like in that movie trailer I reviewed. If you really want to see my opinions on it, please go watch the trailer. Please go watch the review on the trailer as well because, oh my god, that's horrible. I can't even talk about it anymore. There's just so much you can actually say about 2012. You look it up on Wikipedia, there's a lot of information about what's going to happen there, what's scheduled to happen. People actually scheduled things to happen in 2012. Amazing, no? And there's a lot of theories with links to more information on these theories about what's going to happen in 2012. There's even a wild theory that there's this unknown 12th planet that's going to rocket into our solar system and cause absolute havoc, or there's going to be this, planetary magnetic realignment that's going to happen instantly. Well, it's not going to happen instantly. In fact, it happens all the time at the rate of about 5 degrees per million years. Per million years. If you don't know how long that is, it's way longer than you're going to live. Now, there is going to be a solar realignment when the sunspots do their thing in 2012. This is already happening. This is not a fast process. You want to know what happened with all the heat last year that Al Gore and his people were calling global warming? Oh my God, global warming, it's getting hotter. Well, guess what? That big orange ball in the sky, that big thing up there? Yeah, that was the cause. Want to know what's causing heat on our planet? You look up in the sky, you look up at that big orange thing up there, and you say, hey, I wonder if that nuclear fire in the sky is actually hot. You're wondering where my beard went, didn't you? Well, too bad. I'll explain that one later in another video. But yeah, big orange ball in the sky, that's what causes global warming. Sunspots, not a lot of them, you get a lot of heat. Sunspots, you got a lot of them because, what do you know? Climate change in the other direction. Which seems to be Al Gore's big thing now. Instead of global warming, you've got climate change. So now everything that he was talking about with global warming, that is all our fault, is now climate change. You know what climate change is? That means the temperature changes, the weather changes, something changes. Guess what? This happens all the time, regardless of what we do or don't do. So, he can harp on about everything he wants, and it doesn't necessarily mean it's true. You people can harp on about 2012 all you want, doesn't mean it's true, doesn't mean it's not. So, in conclusion, this is the Man in the Black Hat stating what I think about what you see.